Good afternoon, sir.
Uh, yeah, good afternoon, good afternoon. तो सब लोग एक साथ हो क्या? All of you are together?
Oh, sir, only Jam, me, and Avinash.
Emperor, you and
And
Avinash. Product team, what is that?
sir, actually, he
Product
went to
team?
take his bike. Sir, actually, he went to take his bike from short, like service center.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon. So he will not be presenting or what?
Sir, I am here, sir. Like I have to, like I came here to pick my bike, sir. It has some.
Yeah, others please switch on your video for once.
Sir, sorry, sir.
अपना अपना कैमरा एक बार खोलो तो सब लोग.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Emperor and कौन है? Emperor कौन है एक साथ?
Sir, हम लोग थे, sir.
साइड में कौन है तुम्हारा? मेरे इनके साइड में.
इधर में सर.
Okay, मेरे ना Avinash. So के उठ गए.
Sir.
Emperor, okay. You three are together. Okay, so who will be presenting? You present someone present your the PPT.
Yes, sir, we are presenting.
Yeah, present.
Sir, is it visible?
Not visible. Share and check. दूसरे का मोबाइल में देख लो एक बार आ रहा है कि नहीं. Then you will know whether it is visible or not. So just
Okay,
present. I'm
okay.
getting a call.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
सुन
sir.
रहे हो कि नहीं?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Just now it was visible. Okay. Uh, okay. Wait. Design and the heads of wheel rim of e-rickshaw using solid rock and this and no, don't give this kind of very lengthy this one. You if you have the PPT, okay, you do
Yes,
one
sir.
thing, open the PPT, keep it in this one. Okay, directly you make it this one, edit it.
Okay, sir. वो gray वाला को remove कर.
Using that part from using you delete it
Okay,
from
sir.
right from using. Hmm. So now if someone asks you why e-rickshaw directly, what will be your answer?
So because nowadays, like in the rural areas, there are people which they are depending on this mode of transportation, so the electronic.
Hmm.
So this e-rickshaw is very famous nowadays. So
Yes, sir, and
we are trying to.
sir, and like
And why?
nowadays, sir, like
Yes.
nowadays, it's because a lot of people using this e-rickshaw because of environments and all. That's why also.
Why the
Yeah,
wheel
more.
rim only?
Sir.
Why wheel rim? Why not other parts? Why the
Why is
wheel
that?
rim only? Why the analysis, design analysis of wheel rim only? Rim of the wheel only. Why not other parts?
So that's
Sir, by thinking, designing about the rim, and it will be good for sir safety purposes also, sir.
What
Uh,
kind of what are the problem right now? You must have some problem now. Then only you are going to design and analyze this. No? Something should be there.
the loading problem, sir.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, we can reduce the like material, the material use of material also, sir.
Okay.
Designing proper like uh, efficient
Okay.
one.
So okay. So that kind of thing you can do. Okay. So we'll see what are the different objectives. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. If you do one thing, this thing, okay, this thing on the same page, yes, here itself in the right and left hand side, that way you can do na, and
Oh,
university logo, etc. You can keep on the very first page, okay. So second page, and don't write like
okay.
project guide and project members and that kind of slide heading. No need to. What people will understand if you write
Okay.
in the left hand, in the bottom side, left hand side, you write down guided by suppose my name, designation, SOT, ADB, etc. That will write, and presented by right hand side, you people will name that will be there. Okay, next.
Okay, sir.
Introduction. Do what these things should be point wise, not like very paragraph wise. Each and every day I'm saying that,
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
and figure should be numbered sequentially. Figure one, figure two, like that it will go.
Okay, sir.
And uh, okay, the present. Do the presentations properly. I'm switching off my video. Okay, do the presentation.
Uh, Shall we dictate, sir? Like,
Not dictate, एकदम पूरा फाइनल की तरह से प्रेजेंट करके जाओ, कैसे कर तुम लोगों ने क्लियर वो किया था,
okay.
just like a mock kind of thing. You give me the progress.
So we'll start from the starting, sir.
Yeah, do it.
Good afternoon, sir. Today, our major project, our group has decided to do a major project on the topic design and analysis of wheel remote e-rickshaw. As the introduction part, as we have seen in every modern vehicle, it has a part which is fully integral from the, then it is known as wheel development. In vehicle running condition, wheels are encountered by dynamic loads and static loads by the help of suspension system. In the vehicles, wheels are used for moving the vehicle while it supports a mass. An e-rickshaw wheel rim is shown in figure. As you can see, it rotates in their own axis by the circular shape. The rolling of an axial friction which overcomes from facilitating motion is known as a wheel. The flywheel, steering wheel, shifts wheels, and also works at the same mechanism. The important thing for wheel is economy and safety. For designing and optimization of wheel, it encounters four technical problems. They are performance, manufacturability, weight, and style of the wheel rim. Aluminum alloy, magnesium alloy, and steels are used to fabricate the wheel rim. Some vehicles' wheel rims are also made of titanium materials. The wheel rim design is based on the loading conditions which are applied over the rim. Our aim here is to design and analyze the wheel rim of an e-rickshaw. And the objective is that to achieve the aim is to design an e-rickshaw with the model using SolidWorks software and to analyze the same model with the help of NSYS software. The application of final element method for analyzing stress and fatigue life of wheel rim is also used. Here is a literature review that Andrew D. Hartz, in his paper, he formulated a finite element model of the classical bicycle, which compared published results with those revealed by the ANSYS. Displacement, strain, bending characteristic of wheel were determined. The results indicated that ANSYS modeling can be useful tool for analyzing simple structures such as classical bicycle wheel. P. Megasham proposed that the modeling in his paper proposed that the modeling of the wheel rim is made by using KTR. Later, this KTR model is imported to ANSYS for analysis work, and ANSYS software is latest used for simulating the different forces, pressure acting on the component, and also for calculating and viewing the results. ANSYS static analysis work is carried out by consider two different materials, namely aluminum and forged steel, and their relative performances have been observed respectively. In addition to this, rim is subjected to vibrational analysis, that is model analysis, part of dynamic analysis carried out in its performance and is observed. In this paper, by observing the results of both static and model analysis obtained, forged steel is suggested as the best material. Kokebike mean proposed of the study in his paper proposed of the study on the fatigue failure of the wheel and identified the life cycle of the wheel at different loading conditions. Lee, in his paper, developed a geometrical model of rim for the maximum stress developed from the quenching stage of T6 thermal treatment. The outcome of the research was matched the maximum strain calculation via a strain gauge sectioning method on the wheel. Outcomes are shown to be sensitive to the alloy's flow stress behavior. Very less information was available for the thermal dependent and strain rate dependent inelastic behavior of A356. Major investigated is used to in its paper investigated and used to predict the fatigue life of the rim by using FEA. In this research, A356 wheel is also used to predict bending fatigue. The technology used in this research for the evolution of microstructural features and stress generated through the manufacturing process, including service loading. Here is the current status of our work. We are going through some of the research papers and journals and getting the information of the design for the design of wheel ring of E-rickshaw, and we are planning on how to proceed with the work. In this project work, only structural and model analysis is considered. Also, we can extend this project work for the transient analysis also. This is an introduction to finite element method. Finite element method is a powerful tool for numerical procedure to obtain solutions to many of the problems encountered in engineering analysis, structural, thermal, and heat transfer, fluid dynamics, fatigue-related problems, electrical and magnetic fields. The concept of finite element methods can be utilized to solve the engineering problems. In this method of analysis, complex region defining a continuum is discretized into simple or geometric shapes called finite elements, the domain over which the analysis is studied and is divided into a number of finite elements. The material properties and the governing relations are considered over these elements and expressed in terms of unknown values of element corner. In assembly process, duly considering the loading and constraints results in set of equations. Solution of these equations gives the approximate behavior of the continuum. This is an introduction to ANSYS. The ANSYS finite element solvers enables the breadth and depth of capabilities unmatched by anyone in the world for computer-aided simulation, thermal, structural, acoustic, piezoelectric, electrostatic, and circuit coupled electromagnetics are just an example of what can be stimulated. Regardless of type of stimulation, each model is represented by a powerful script language, the ANSYS parametric design language. APDL is the foundation of all the sophisticated features, many of which are now exposed in the workbench mechanical user interface. It also offers many conveniences such as parameterization, macros, branching and looping, and complex math operations. All these benefits are accessible within the ANSYS mechanical APDL user interface. How we are planning to proceed with our project is that the gathering, first we will gather all the relative data for the design of wheel rim, and we will generate a model using a SolidWorks software. Then we will import the same generated model to ANSYS for analysis work. Then we will be doing a static analysis on the wheel rim to evaluate the performance, and also we will perform a model analysis on the wheel rim. These are the references of the literature that we have used in the. Thank you. So that was all for the PPT.
Okay, so others, only one person presented. What about the others? You people know about the topic or not? What is
In
happening here?
the like on the yes, so they are here only, sir. In the on the main day we will do, sir.
Yeah, for that okay, on that day, 1 or 2 person or like that, okay, do the presentation
Yes.
properly. And right now, some requirement, immediate thing, okay, that come to my mind. Go to the next slide. Okay, these things should come to, those
Point
things
wise.
should do name, etc. should come to first one. Okay, that first page
Yes, sir.
name.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this introduction. Okay, this thing should be point wise.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
and in the introduction, but you try to and right now today you have just whatever is written line by line, you have just dictated, nothing else.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now in actual case, okay, it should be point wise, and it should be pinpointed to the main things. Okay, like you're writing in every modern vehicle, it has a part which is fully integral from the bearing. It is known as wheel development. So that part is known as wheel development. Is that part
Yes,
known
sir.
as wheel development? Huh?
Yes.
That
We
integral.
want to for interview from
First
there.
line, first and second line, you just read and let me know.
In a rhythm modern vehicle, this part which is fully integral from the wheel.
So wheel development cannot be a part, it can be a process. Okay. Similarly,
Yes,
next
sir.
thing your site static and dynamic load swing. It is okay. So those things, okay, you have those things has to be point wise. Okay. In a
Okay.
sequence, proper sequence, it will show. That means people should understand why you are trying to do that. Okay. What is happening here? Otherwise, if you just you can, okay, this is known as wheel, this is okay, this. That way, if you just say, no one will have the like understanding. So in the very beginning, okay,
Hmm.
listening to me, right? Okay, so in the
Yes.
very beginning, even before going to coming to this particular introduction PPT, okay, whenever you'll be there in like our topic is this, today we are going to discuss about this, these are the group members, etc. Then prior to going to the introduction page itself, okay, some lines about the introduction you should say. Okay, that means you should say, like, suppose nowadays we have seen like e-rickshaw everywhere in the like and the small places and all. Okay, and you say that people are like people like 5 6 people, they come like this. Okay, and that those things you should say. Similarly, you should say that there like excel, etc. If it is loaded severely, excel get it can get damaged. Okay, and similarly, because of the loading, suppose sometimes as the set from the safety point of view also, it is sometimes if it is severely stressed. Okay, so if it is unable to take up that loading, etc. So on those roads, okay, which are not that much good. Okay, so there may be some failure, and because of that, sometimes the e-rickshaw may turn, and it along with the passengers, it may like it can turn and like overturn, you can say. Those kind of things, and you should say. And then you should say about this difference. One of the very important element in that like in the e-rickshaw is like that wheel, you should say. Okay, so which is also then taking up that particular all those dynamic and that static loading. And you should also say about then you will come to the introduction. You will say something like this. Okay, like it encounters dynamic load, static load, suspension system, and some mass, etc. Those things are there point wise. Okay, so those things you
Yes.
should say. Come to the next slide. before that, before in second slide. Okay. So these things you should optimize. Optimize means you should concise it. Okay, not this much length. Okay. So
Okay.
similarly here, these things are important thing. Okay, you're saying that during designing and optimization of wheel, that is good thing. Okay, those things you should highlight. Okay, for tackling the
Okay.
problems, their performance, manufacturability, weight, and style. Then you should give your motivation for this work that can solve. Okay, that means or what you are going to do. That way you should proceed. Okay, that means you should say
Okay.
that here what you are going to do, that kind of thing. Okay, next come.
Okay.
Next one. Okay, so okay, so it's okay. M is okay. Design analysis of physics. Okay, for safety, for enhanced safety, that kind of thing you can add. Okay,
Okay, sir.
for enhanced safety and economy. Okay, so on the objective itself, for enhanced safety and economy, that word should be there. Okay, so now here you should try to design a well model using some CAD software. For example, you will using what using, you can say, CAD software. After that, you will say that what you are planning to do. That means you are planning to use SolidWorks.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then you should say that. And now whatever you have written to analyze the model with ANSYS software, and then you have written the application of finite element method for etc. etc. So and actually this ANSYS software works on that FEM. It
FEM
does
is
the
there.
okay. So now you should say that another thing is to analyze the same model, means different version of the model you write down, not the same model, different modified version of model. Okay, that way. So and then next objective you encounter, okay, to propose or to select. That way you should have another objective. That means you are going to either propose or select a suitable or optimized version of the wheel, which will, because you have to give certain result. That means you are just doing the like analysis and doing nothing. That is not a deal, right? You're doing the
Okay.
analysis so as to obtain something, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Something.
you should have it. That means after that, after based on that means FEM analysis. Okay. So and third one, this is okay. Using FEM analysis. So you will be trying to analyze the stress distribution, etc., Patrick life, etc., of the wheel rim. Okay, that is okay. But this meaning you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, you can write down about, like, you can, if possible, you will say also try to towards the end. That means the axle, wheel axle. Okay, axle of the wheel is generally fails, it due to loading. So
Yes, sir.
to calculate the safe stress or safe strength of the wheel axle, that should also be, that can also be objective for right now. Okay, later on, whatever you can achieve, how much you can achieve, that is different case, but that much at least you should have as an objective. And yes, another objective is to, ultimate objective is to come up with a uh, yes, another, yes, in one of the version you can do one thing, different design of the wheel rim. Okay, based on strength and material uh, consumption capability, not capability, material consumption. Okay, that means as you want to make it lightweight, the wheel you want to make it lightweight. Why? Because it is an e-rickshaw, and wheel also if you can have the sufficient strength with the lightweight, sufficient strength with the lightweight wheel, okay, which consumes less material, ultimately it will be lightweight. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that kind of model you can have, which is giving you the sufficient strength, similar level of strength, but this design has got more less amount of material. Okay, so that can be proposed, because see, it's a e-rickshaw. Okay, so that way you should say those things at least point wise or like that, and you should be able to elaborate. You should say that as
Okay.
it is an e-rickshaw, it is being battery operated. Okay, so people, that person will, in the very beginning, suppose he will charge it, and suppose in full charge, suppose it goes to 100 kilometer, that range, suppose. Okay, now that range can be enhanced if the because that range also depends on what is the weight he is carrying, that it is carrying, loading capacity. Yes, loading behavior. Yes or no? If now the parts if you see, suppose the wheel also is a kind of part that is there. It has to carry that wheel also. So now wheel mass, ultimately the weight, if it is being reduced, so that can be, that range can be somewhat enhanced. That means the economy, okay, economy of drive can be enhanced. So those things would be operative. Understood? I have recorded also. You have point like noted down, na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, I have noted down.
Okay. Next. Literature review, as much as possible, it should be in a tabular form. In the last time also I have told, na, it should be tabular form
Sir,
and not
in
base
the
mass.
PPT,
So
sir.
in the PPT, it should be tabular form. And you keep this thing, whatever you have written, don't just
Yes,
delete
sir.
it. Keep this
Yes, sir.
for report purpose.
Okay, sir.
Okay. In the report,
Like,
this way,
sir,
yes.
sir, in the PPT, sir, how we are going to present the in tabular form, sir?
Literature, you can do in the left. Suppose you will make table. Okay. First
Yes,
heading
sir.
of the table, you can give suppose paper and details. Okay, so there you can just have in simple, suppose Andrew the hertz, suppose in bracket, suppose that year can be written. Okay, so
Okay,
maybe
okay.
in the next column, maybe you can have the paper details means, suppose uh, in maybe the journal name or the topic name can be written, anything. But
Okay.
throughout of your paper, that your literature review, the structure should remain same. If in the second one you are writing, yeah, journal name, everywhere you should write journal. Okay, it should not
Okay.
miss. Okay, and the
Okay.
third one, the main column can be the inference column or work done oblique inference. That means what you have understood or what they have done or what is the main inference that has been done. That means you will,
Okay.
just like in the first case, if you see for the NDU, they had this one. Okay, so
Hmm.
here you can write in the inference. Okay, it's formulated as FEM model. Okay, for bicycle wheel and compared with and FEM model of bicycle wheel and compared different models by NCs, and displacement, strain, bending characteristics of wheel were determined. Okay,
Yes.
and it is found that ANSYS modeling can be a very useful tool for analyzing simple different structures. That can be the inference for the first one. So similar way
Okay.
for the second, third, fourth. Okay, in 3, 4 lines, whatever is the inference, you will write. Next. Come to next slide. Next, that means after literature review. Okay, current status of the work. Actually, what I wanted to know, we meant is current status means current research trend. Actually, that means what people are doing with respect to this, what people are trying to do. That kind of thing was actually asked. So, if possible, so you make it current trend. Okay, current status, or if time is not there, then current status of your work. Okay, that is okay. That means what you are trying to do. Okay, if possible, but it will be better if you write about the current trend. That means what is happening, what people are doing elsewhere related to this.
Okay.
The first
Okay.
thing. And don't write like this, going through research papers and journals. You write like in a different manner. That means literature review has been done. Use
Okay.
like this kind of okay. Write this way.
Okay.
Uh, okay, research review has been done, and it's going on like that. While saying, you can say also, that means some person. Okay, then learning of this or whatever, SolidWorks or whatever. Okay, so and that kind of thing. Okay, selection of this, you can say selection of CAD and analysis software. That means we are, then you can say we have selected that we'll be doing in AutoCAD or SolidWorks and ANSYS. Why? Because this you will say student version is available, this, and I know about suppose SolidWorks. He knows about, we are learning ANSYS, so those things you will say. Next,
Okay.
scope of these things in the aim or like that, current trend and scope. Actually, they I meant that current trends and scope. That means what people are doing right now and what is the scope of your work. That means how you can give some input. That was what was the meaning of current trend and scope of the work. Understood?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But right now here you are also writing, you are going to do the model analysis, MODL, model analysis. Okay, model. So in the all of you are studying mechanical vibration, right? So there also you
Yes.
have heard about this model analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those things you should know. And what do you understand by this transient analysis? This meaning of those words you must know, okay, and how they differentiate, what you are going to do, and how these are, at least the basic you must know. Next,
No, sir.
next. Intro to FM. Also, once again, this should be point wise, and as much as possible, some figures you should try to provide everywhere. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
your PPT lacks figure. Okay, figure should always be there in PPTs. Then also people will understand. So here, what you can do with respect to FEM, some like you can take from the internet or maybe some journal paper, some results of FEM, okay, with respect to wheel rim, that kind of thing. Or maybe we can also show different elements which we generally use, tetrahedral elements, like Greek elements or like that, okay. What are the different type of elements generally we do? Meshing element, those what you might have studied, yes or no, while you have studied about FEM, this okay, that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, next one. Yes, similar case. Okay, here also main things you should make it point wise, and some and say
Yeah.
screenshot where that kind of simulation has been done, that kind of result, those things should be shown. Next,
Okay.
and figures should be numbered properly. Work plan, okay, so okay, you will be doing, okay, so if possible you try to make it work time plan. That means when you are doing to not if possible, you have to, it has to be work time plan. Okay, that means when you are going to do this, what is your planning? So okay, so that means right now you can consider, suppose October, November, December, suppose doing literacy review like that. Okay, similarly you are studying SolidWorks. Okay, now maybe
Hmm.
1 2 months, December, January you'll be studying this and this. Maybe from February you will start doing analysis and all that way. Okay, that work time plan it should be, or if
Okay, sir.
possible in a tabular or graphical format. That will be better. People will understand better. You don't have to then
Okay.
write the
Okay,
direct
sir.
word wise, and the data that means suppose you can have bar diagram kind of thing. Suppose October, November. Okay, suppose literacy review. Suppose November, December, this data, whatever. Next
Okay.
is references, name, then okay, this. Okay, so references, see the whatever 1 2 3 4 those numbers, the bullet should be
Hmm.
changed with this number. Okay, in the place of the bullets, the reference number should be there, 1 2 3 4 like that.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, and yes, the reference should be in the similar format. Name, okay. In the name, actually, in the reference section, if, if possible, you should not use the at all. At all should be used in the while doing the literature review or while mentioning about the paper in the writing. In the reference, it should be the whole thing. That means in the second, if you look at the second one,
Yes, sir. Metal.
Mega Airtel. That means he is his friend. So in the reference section, actually all the names should be there. Suppose in this paper, if you look at this paper, suppose his name, two or two, three other names will be there. So all the names, then this paper name, that is okay. After that, suppose comma or semicolon you will give, and this international journal, that one should be also in a suppose I should be capitalized and all.
Okay, okay.
Okay, international journal, this one, that is okay. Then volume 2 issue 8, that is okay. Then PP, that is page number should be there. Okay, after issue, that means you can write PP dot, that is page number for indicating page number, PP dot, and whatever is the page number if available. If not, that is okay.
Okay.
Okay, so second one is okay. It's that way everywhere it should be there. Okay, and DOI you may or may not get, that is okay, no problem. Okay,
Okay.
so the details should be there. Okay, and some more, you try to include some more, and
Yes, sir.
from where
We
you
are.
have downloaded.
Sir, this one, sir. Science Direct.
Okay, Science Direct that you're using now. Okay, and some more also you download from there. Okay, at least you
Yes, sir.
can name them and show them. Okay,
Okay.
so do those modification, and amongst yourself you do this thing. Okay, and study the required thing, like
Okay.
FEM, how FEM works. Okay, how SolidWorks or not SolidWorks, NCC you must learn. Okay, you should see the tutorials and all how people are doing.
Mm.
Okay, And have you downloaded ANSYS student version
No, sir.
or any crack version or student version, whatever it is?
We will download, sir, because
Yeah, download and start practicing. Okay,
Yes.
you should be familiar with the interface and all. Then only
Yes.
you can download, you can see YouTube videos, you can replicate. Okay,
Yes.
and that will be good. Okay, so this work has got potential. If you do properly, you can even publish in conference or journals, etc., which will be once again good for your career. Okay, and once you during this course of work, when you will be studying and you'll be knowing how to use NCs and all, so those things also can be written in your CV later on. So learn the things properly. That is a good uh, actually in project itself people learns this kind of software. Okay, so
Yes.
by doing practice you do that. Okay, so best of luck, so do the things properly.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, do the
Thank you,
motivation.
sir.
Okay, do the motivation whatever I have said.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.